I've been doing Amazon KDP for the past 7 years, and today I want to walk you through the entire process, how I create my books. I have many different pen names, and this is just one brand that I sell. And I'm going to show you everything. When I just started, I used to hire people, right? But now the process has completely changed with AI. So the first thing I do is that when I want to create my book, I come here to Publisher Rocket. This is a one-time tool that I bought, and this is one of the best investments I ever made for my business. Everything I talk about in this video, I'm going to put in the description box down below. So when I come here to Publisher Rocket, so I'm going to type whatever thing that I want to do. So now I've just put coloring books for kids, and I'm just going to go ahead and search like this. You can put coloring books for children. Now it's going to open the search. Now you come here and you just open like this. So one of the things that I'm going to tell you is that coloring book for children, in as much as there are so many of those books on Amazon, but it is still a space you can go ahead and publish your book. Now, you see how you have this green. It means that the search volume every month is very high. Now, you see how it's orange. It's telling us that the competition is a little bit high, but it's not that bad. Now, some of them are green. Now, when you have red, then it means that it's too high. You don't need to go into those kind of niches. But when you come here to children's book, you see that like so many of them, there is still a lot of room for you to be able to create your books and publish there. Now, I'm showing you the entire process. My encouragement to you is that build a brand, right? So when you come now, let's say, for example, we just go ahead and take this first one up here. I'm going to come here and I'll click here to search. I can explore more and I'll be able to see more about that book. Now, I'll encourage you to watch this video to the end because I'm going to be showing you even how you can get your book to bestseller so that you can get that bestseller tag that will increase your sales. So now we have opened these books, and these are the different books that we see here. This is making $29,900. This one is making $49,000, and these are so many different books that we can see right here. And if you look at this other one, this one is making $89,500. This one is making $30,000, $11,000. So you can imagine, sometimes people say that books don't pay on Amazon. I really wonder where they get their own information from. So when you do research like this, you can create books that are actually in demand. So when I come here, let's say, for example, want to focus on this particular book. It's a very simple book. We can go ahead and click here. You check out the book. It brings you here to Amazon, and you can see that it's a best-selling book. What I always do is that I scroll down. I just study the book so you can see how it has its A+ content. It has all this A+ content. Go ahead and take your time and study the book more. So I always like to come to the author's name, and then I see all the other books that the author is creating because you want to create your brand. So take note of how their designs look. Look at their font sizes. Look at how things are made, right? Look at their font sizes. This is how you start to build a brand. Look at their colors. Those are the things that you want to learn. And overcomers, I want you to take note. Look at how many books. This is a bestseller. Look at how many books that they have as bestsellers. This is a bestseller. This is a bestseller. Imagine that one book that we saw, it was making $80-something thousand per month. And this is not even peak period. When it comes to holiday season, you make so much money from these books. Now, look at all of these are bestsellers. So take your time, study it, and then you go ahead and you can take one. So let's say, for example, I want to click on this particular one that we see here. Now, when I click on it, it brings us, it opens it. You can take your time, study the title, description, whatever thing that they are writing. Now, what I always do is that I'll scroll down and I'll look at the designs. You see how simple the designs are. So this is how you can create your own designs too. You can screenshot this and ask ChatGPT to give you a prompt that you can use to create similar designs like this, but I'll walk you through the entire process. So we go here. The one thing that I always like to look is to make sure that it's an independent publisher. So it's somebody just like you and me. It's not a big company. Imagine the number of books that they have as bestsellers, overcomers. Just imagine you starting a business like this. And my prayer is that you are going to watch the video and you are going to take action. So you can look at it now and see the number of pages that they have. You can look at the size. It's 8.5 by 8.5. And it's a bestseller. You can look at where the books are being published. Now, when you have done all your research, that is the most important part. So the next thing that I want us to do is to design our book. So we are going to use AI. Now I'm going to show you the secret tool that has been helping me to create my book. So the tool I use is called JaneSpark. I'm going to put in the description box down below so that everything will be easy for you to be able to get. Now, I'm going to come here. You see how this tool is? It has different things that you can design. Today, this is the one we are going to be using. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. So when I click here, it's going to open this page for us. I'm going to go ahead and paste my prompt that I've already written here. So in this prompt, I'm just saying that it should create me a book. Now, my idea is I want to create a Christian coloring book, just like the one we saw, but I want to use animals from the Bible. So that's the idea I'm giving GenSpark. I'm going to go ahead and put the prompt down below so that you can have access to it. Now, you can go ahead and put, let's say, 72 pages, any number of pages that you want. I'm just going to put 72 pages like this, and then everything, all the sizes are here. So after I've done all of that, I'm just going to go ahead and click enter. It's going to go ahead and take its time, and it's going to generate our book. So you can see what is happening. Now it's about 50% generated. So if you generate it and at the end, you don't have the book, you just go ahead and tell it to generate the book. So look at the first image. Just look at what it has done, overcomers. Look at that. Our book is ready, overcomers. Look at that. Look at that. This is so amazing. So you can see it has Noah's Ark, and then it gives you the animals. Now it gives you this one, Daniel in the lion's den, gives you this one, Jonah and the big fish, gives you this one, the lost sheep. So because I specified that I wanted things that are related to animals in the Bible, now David and the shepherd, David the shepherd, now Elijah. This is so amazing. So this is our book. Now that you've had everything, I'm just going to go ahead and I'll download. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to download my book. One thing that I want you to know is that if there is something that you don't like, you are just going to come here to where it says edit, and then you are going to be able to edit any page you see. Like right here, I can edit any page. It opens this, edit anything. When I come here to comment, it opens this other section where it has comments there. And I can go ahead and type and say, change this page to this. So you can go ahead and change anything. You can actually also say that you should give page numbers, so you can make any editing. And one thing that I want you to remember at the back of your mind is that when you want to build a brand, you should be intentional about everything that you do. For example, I can do this one, I say animal. Then the next one I can say maybe trees. The next one I can say Bible stories. The next one I can just say the book of Ruth. So you intentionally build a brand in that area. And now with AI, you can ask AI different things that you can put in your brand. Now also, if you have Publisher Rocket, you can use it for your research and you'll be able to see the books that are selling that you can put in your brand. So after you've done all of this, you have your book. The next thing that we have to do now is to create our book cover. So I'm going to go to Google and I'll put print cover calculator. So I'm going to just put this. So this is what you are going to see. You can put KDP cover calculator. Now I'm going to click here. I'll put paperback. This interior here, I'm going to put black and white. This, I'm going to put white paper. Reading direction, I'll put left to right. Measurement, I'll put inches. Interior, remember our book was 8.5 by 8.5. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. Then now, right here, I'm going to put the number of books, the number of pages. We said 72. Now, after that, I'm just going to click and calculate. What I do is that I'm just going to come here. I'll screenshot this page like this. Then I'm going to take it now again to GenSpark. So we are done with this. So I'll put it now in GenSpark like this. I'll tell GenSpark to create a cover. So I'll tell it to create a cover with these dimensions. Then I'm going to give the command like that. It's going to go ahead and create our cover. So that is what is going to happen. So this is the front side of the cover, and I've already created the back side. Now, but that's the idea. That's exactly how you are going to do it. Now, we are going to go now, and I'll show you how to upload your book to Amazon KDP. So, okay, our cover is already printing. So this is the back side, and then it's going to give us a front side. You go ahead and search for Amazon KDP. You click there just like this. You are going to come here to join KDP. You are going to go ahead and fill out your information. When you fill your information, you are going to go ahead and create an account. So after you create an account, it's going to bring you here. You make sure you click on where it says bookshelf, then it's going to bring you to this page. You click here where it says create new title. So when you click that, we go ahead and click on create paperback. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the title of my book. So this is my title right here. Now you can put a subtitle. You scroll down, you are going to also go ahead and put your author name just like that. And then you put your description of your book. Now, publisher right, I'm going to say I own the right. So just look at all these things here, primary audience. You go ahead and put all the information. So for categories, now Publisher Rocket can give you categories. So if you don't know how to get that information from Publisher Rocket, I've made this video walking you through exactly how to get that information. So you need to get information that are going to be searchable, things that can make your book bestseller. Now, so you put all of this, and then I'm going to go ahead, save and continue. So right here is going to give me ISBN. So you don't need anything. You are going to start this completely for free. So right here, and then I'm going to come here. I'll take this one that says white paper because that's what I took from the beginning. I'll click here on no bleed. Then take glossy. I really like this one that is glossy. Then I'm going to go ahead and click here and go ahead and upload my manuscript. So after I upload my manuscript, I'm also going to go ahead and upload my cover. So now, and then I'm going to go ahead and take this, fill out all this information when it comes to AI. You can say you use GenSpar here. So that's what you are going to fill. And now I'm going to click here to launch preview. This is the most important part. When you preview your book like this, it's going to tell you if you had any error or if everything went successfully. This is perfect. This is the most important part. So now you see that everything, the check is perfect. Our book came out perfectly well. So look at the book we just created, Overcomers. So now you have the entire process. My encouragement to you is that make sure that you are building a brand. Now, when you do this, you can go ahead and check your book. You can see our book that we just created. This is how it is. It is amazing. Now you are going to go ahead and click here on approve, and then you submit your book to Amazon. It will take about 72 hours. They will review it, and then they are going to release your book on Amazon. Now, the next thing I want to show you is how do you get your book to be bestseller? You see how we're looking at these categories here on Publisher Rocket. So when you come here to where it says Unleash category, you are going to see many different categories. So this particular one is telling you that you need to sell 57 books for your book to get to the 10th position, and you need to sell this number of books for it to get to bestseller. Now, the secret is you can look for the ones that don't have so many books to be able to get to bestseller, and then you put your book in that category. So you are going to put your book in 3 different categories right now when you are publishing. One of them you can put in a place where you can just have small sales, few sales, and then you can get to bestseller. Then the other ones now, you can put them in very good niches. So what will happen is that when people see that bestseller category on your book, it increases your sales automatically because they know, their mind knows that this is a best-selling book, so it increases your sales. So for example, if you come here, look at this particular book, you just need to say here when you put your book, Politics and Social Sciences, if you put your book there, you just need to sell one book and your book will already have the best-selling tag. If you don't have a tool like this, you are not going to be able to know this information. So this one is 85. So this one you need 68. So take your time, go through different ones, and then you'll be able to see the ones that you can sell just about 10 books, and then your book is already going to be bestseller. And then you put your book in that category, just one of them, and then the other 2 categories, you can put them in different places which has high demand. So now what will happen is that after you've published your book, you can actually email Amazon and ask them to add your book in different categories. So Overcomers, you now know the entire process. So my encouragement to you is that make your books to have the same kind of brand. You see the one I showed you on Amazon. Do something similar. And now with AI, you can do anything. So I wish you all the best on your journey. Everything is going to be in the description box down below. I actually have a course, how to publish on Amazon KDP. Everything is going to be down there. To let me know that you watched this video up to this point, go ahead and put in the description box that I'm changing my life this year. And remember that when you start prophesying these things, God sees your heart. Intentionally prophesy for your life, and then you also work hard toward that goal. I wish you all the best on your journey. If you have any question, go ahead and put it in the description box down below. Then go ahead and watch this next video that is going to help you on your journey. Love you all so much.